They're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So the Republican Party is attracting the most heinous, insane candidates that you can possibly imagine. I have stories to share with you about 4 of them, some of whom you would not even trust to collect your trash. And Donald Trump endorsed one of these people, which is where I'm going to start today. So Donald Trump endorsed a Louisiana state senator. His name is Blake Miguez. He's running now to be a member of the U.S. House of Representatives. He's running to be a U.S. congressman. Well, 2 months after Donald Trump endorsed him, which you can see here, the Atlantic news outlet, they published an article, this one, that says a police report about a House candidate surprised the White House. Okay, there was a woman who alleged that he violated her. And now Trump, his team is like, oh, what do we do now? So in this article, the journalist wrote that back in 2007, Miguez was 25 at the time. His then 22-year-old girlfriend called the police after she had to flee his home. So what she said was that, and she did ultimately decline to press charges. I'll say that up front. But she told the officers he forced her basically to have relations with him. And you guys know what I mean by that, right? She told him no, he made her. And then when she fled the house, he followed her. So she said that she hid behind a car at a convenience store. She apparently called a friend, I guess, to come be with her. They then decided to call 911. And she said it was, quote, honestly, because she was or am scared. That's what she told the police. This was in the police report. Now, I will say the accuser, her father, wrote a letter to Miguez recently, now that he's running for the Congress, and he disavowed his daughter and disavowed her allegations against Miguez. Here's what he wrote in part. He said, "Everything my daughter has reported about you were lies, and she is a liar and has a drug problem." Here's the thing. This might come as a shock to some people, but sometimes fathers are pieces of shit. Sometimes you get into abusive relationships because your father was abusive. I know because I lived it. Okay. I don't know what happened with her. I don't know what happened with her and her father. But what I do know is that many people with substance abuse issues have those substance abuse issues because of past trauma, because of being assaulted, like what she's alleging that this Miguez guy did to her. Now, I don't know whether it happened or not, but I find it odd that she would flee from the house, hide from him, that he would be going after her, and then she would file a police report. Anyway, so make of that what you will, but doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound like he's the greatest guy. Next up, I have an interview to show you guys. This is a Colorado candidate for governor. This is a guy running to be the governor of the state of Colorado. He is a Marine veteran. He is currently a pastor. Keep that in mind. His name is Victor Marx. Take a listen.
Stories that you tell about your life and your accomplishments are extraordinary. How much of it's true?
All of it.
You have to pause. Like if somebody said the stories about your life, how much of it are true? Wouldn't you just go everything? Like you would have to look up and think about it. And did I tell the truth about everything? Anyway, it goes on.
Claim that your abusive stepfather forced you to kill a man when you were 7 years old. Is that the only person you've ever killed?
Well, I would say as a child, yes. I mean, without question. But I've been in other situations where, possibly people or persons died as a result of me defending myself in other countries.
Do you think
Did you see that pause? Like there's something called a pregnant pause. That's like I think elephants are pregnant for like a year and a half. That's like an elephant pregnant pause right there. And it goes on.
that you've killed people as an adult?
Does it matter?
You claim that you once called in a U.S. military airstrike that killed 70 ISIS fighters. I didn't realize that civilians could essentially facilitate military airstrikes. Could you walk me through how that worked?
No.
You perform exorcisms, commanding demons to come out of people. Can you explain to me how that works?
We identify the demon, like Jesus did. We ask what their name is, and then we give them commands, and they very frequently and typically will answer through the person's mind. They'll tell us what they hear, and then we destroy them, banish them to perfect judgment from Christ.
You also perform these exorcisms by phone. Are those just as effective?
They are.
You claim to have cast demons out of a number of people, including your friend and the late conservative commentator Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I don't think that one worked. I don't think the Charlie Kirk exorcism worked. Yeah, it gives new meaning to phoning it in, doesn't it? You perform exorcisms by phone. So he sounds normal, right? I mean, normal for a MAGA man. So speaking of which, Florida gubernatorial candidate James Fishback is the quintessential MAGA man. So he is a complete bigot. He's trying to scoop up all the Nick Fuentes vote. And he was accused of having a relationship with an underage girl, with a 17-year-old girl when he was 27. And he was also in a position of authority over her because she was working for a group that he created that was called Incubate Debate. So here is an article about how the Broward County School District cut all ties with him after the mother of another student and another Incubate Debate member, the mother of this girl, went to the school district with these allegations. Check out what Fishback said when a man asked him about this and about these allegations. They were at some public event and this guy confronts him. So take a look.
Fishback, what's with you smashing a 16 or 17-year-old? Can you answer about what's going on with that?
What are you talking about?
All right, so there's like a girl named Tina Ford.
Have you
and
spoken to her?
apparently, I have not talked
Okay,
to
why don't
her.
you go talk to her?
I haven't
Come
talked
back
to a
to
single Epstein victim either. I've never talked to Kanye West, but I know he's a real person too. Never talked to Trump, I know he's a real person.
Sure, talk
So
to me.
tell me about Tina Ford, bro. Why is
Well, tell
she
me, what's
saying
the
that you guys
accusation?
slept together when she was 17 and you were 27?
When did she say that?
She said it in court, apparently.
In court?
In court, yeah.
I'm glad it was in
Before
court.
you ran for office.
I'm glad it was in court. What happened? What did the judge say at the end of that court?
The
He
judge
dismissed that. It was 7 hours of testimony. You should know that when
It was
something
about
goes to
cyber
court,
stalking,
it
not
was-
about
that
smashing
allegation
when she
was
was a
more-
minor. Hey, bro, she
You
was.
wanna- listen,
Hey,
bro,
Why is
bro.
he not answering the question, bro?
I'm happy to answer the question, dude.
Did you smash? Was it missionary? Backshots? What was it?
Listen, I don't want you ever speaking about women in our state like that ever again.
I mean, I don't want you ever smashing girls, teenage girls, in our state ever again. So promise me, never smash a minor again?
Why haven't I been arrested?
I don't know.
Why haven't I been arrested?
I don't know.
You should
Why
be
hasn't
lynched.
Trump been?
You should be lynched.
I
for
should
lying
be
about
lynched.
So as you saw there and heard, he doesn't deny it. He doesn't deny the allegations. And then he starts screaming, pivots and deflects. You should be lynched. You should be lynched to a black man who's asking him these questions. Sounds about white, and the guy was correct. The judge denied his accuser's restraining order. She claimed that Fishback was harassing her and tried to get a restraining order. The judge denied that, but there were never any any charges filed about the alleged inappropriate relationship that they had. So yeah, that's why he was never arrested. That's why, it was never adjudicated. But anyway, next up, I have the story about a Minnesota senator, or state Senate candidate, I should say. This person was arrested in 2009 after his then fiancee reported that he violently assaulted her. So take a look at this article. The man you see here is Aaron Brutgar, Aaron Brutgar, and he has been endorsed by the Republican Party despite the fact that he was charged with one felony count of domestic assault by strangulation and one misdemeanor count of domestic assault for threatening to kill his then fiancee. He slammed the car door on her legs and then he strangled her until she lost consciousness. Okay. She told the police that he had pulled a gun on her in the past. So she was very terrified that he was going to follow through when he said, I'm going to kill you. And this wasn't like just some he said, she said thing, because when the police arrived, they said, and they took photos of this, they saw that she had marks on her neck. And they said that there was bruising that was starting to form on her shin. And then Brutgar made excuses for everything. He was like, oh, well, she was trying to get in the car and I was trying to pull the door open and I slipped and accidentally slammed it on her legs. And then he said, this is his direct quote. He said he, quote, used an arm bar to calm her down. Used an arm bar, choked her out to calm her down until she passed out. So the prosecutor allowed Brutgar, for some unknown reason, to plead down to one misdemeanor charge of disorderly conduct. And then the judge gave him a suspended sentence of only 90 days. The judge said, I'll give you a 90-day suspended sentence and I'll dismiss the charges after a year if you don't do anything else wrong, if you don't break any other laws. So this guy is still making excuses. He's still not taking responsibility. He's still not admitting, oh, it was a dark time in our lives and blah, blah, blah. He has never apologized. He has never admitted to any of this. So I don't want to hear anything from these people about Graham Plattner because they're just freaking hypocrites. They're just hypocrites. Graham Plattner is not accused of assaulting a single woman, of causing harm, physical harm to a single woman. He didn't choke anybody out. He didn't hit anybody. He didn't slam anybody's legs in a car door. And what he has done, the cheating and everything else, he has admitted to. He has taken responsibility and admitted. I personally wouldn't be with him and accept the apology and move forward with a relationship. But when we're talking about candidates, it's not apples and apples. Okay. And the Republicans are freaking out over Graham Plattner, but yet these are their candidates and they have nothing to say about it. Not one Republican, not one MAGA minion has come out. Not one Kool-Aid cult member has come out and said a word about any of these people, any of these candidates. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you guys. Take care. Talk with you soon.